So I recently dropped in a new motor, got everything complete, and I was doing it was drivable. I was doing the break-in period, got about 100 miles on it. Um, I have a to-do list on the front end. There's suspension parts. I was going to get to the ball joints. This was about a week ago. Get the car up on jacks, do all that, and then I noticed there was a yeah, fairly good oil spots underneath the oil pan close to the transmission. So I look, I investigate, and the two bolts on the oil pan farthest back where it meets the transmission, there was oil pooling on the head of the bolt. It's ARP hardware, and it was dripping. It was a light drip. So I proceeded to torque it down a little bit harder. Ended up snapping the head off of an ARP bolt and put that project on hold. And I got real nervous because I never had to extract a bolt. And here we go. So this is the result of that, and this is just going to be my opinions. This is what I did. Just want to share some things for you. It was my first time doing that. I was really nervous because it's a new engine. If I screwed up the block, I mean, I'd have to take it out, take it to a shop. I just didn't want to go through all the hassle, so I was really nervous. I didn't want to fuck it up. So anyways, that's what I had to start with. Okay. And it's ARP, all that good shit. So here's what a normal one looks like, just for comparison. Or a normal one, but an unbroken one. All right. So super nervous, didn't want to do it, all that stuff. What I did was I did plenty of research on YouTube until I just got bored with it. I'm like, all right, on the surface, it's not that hard. You got to get the right tools for any job. Okay, you got to throw in some practice. All right, so what did I do? I took this head bolt, I put it into the vise, and I just started practicing with other bolts too. And then what I also did was, just because of the diameter of the bolt itself is really small, this drill bit is a 1/16. So I practiced, well, let me back up, because I got a hole punch, and I didn't bring it out. Sorry about that. It's around here somewhere, but all I did was I took one of these. I think this is from Harbor Freight. I use a smaller one, and I just took a Dremel, and I kind of just sharpened it to a point, and then basically try to practice getting dead center. So when I went to drill the hole, it was dead center, because later on you'll see why. Because if you get off dead center, you'll break through. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. If you drill off center, you'll break through, and then the potential is there to ruin the threads inside the block. So I spent enough time practicing that, so it didn't happen when I was inside the engine. All right. So then, tools. Okay, Harbor Freight. All right. Left-handed drill bits. Okay, these are drill bits and extractors. All right. So once I got good with that, center, tap, and then a center drill with like the 1/16 for my thing. Whatever size you need is that, just that, your size you need. Then I bumped it up a size. Okay, but this is a left-handed drill bit. So the hope is that when you drill with the left-handed drill bit, depending on a bunch of factors, how tight is the bolt embedded, and can the left-handed drill bit turn it at all? If it can't, it can't. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay. All right. So the next step. This is the extractor. All right. So you got to get your hole big enough. Well, this is what I did here. So let me go ahead. Here, I'll just show you this. So this is the actual one that was inside my engine block. Okay. So I wish there was a better way I can hold the camera and do all this, but there isn't, so bear with me. Okay, what I had to do was get that sucker just perfect, and that's about as good as I got it. Didn't break out of, this stud here. All right. So this extractor tool goes in. This is also left hand. So the thought is that it goes in, turns counterclockwise to remove it, right? So this particular extraction tool wasn't doing the job, and I had to keep drilling in farther and farther. It just wasn't biting. Okay, so I had bought this set from Harbor Freight as well. I didn't open it because I didn't want to use it. I just wanted to return it. I was hoping I can just use this. I ended up taking this sucker out. It's 1/8. And what happened was pretty neat. I'm going to set this camera down. So, if you can see this, it's not, it won't sit on there like a nice fit. It'll go in, but it'll barely sit on it. All right, so what I did was, while I'm up underneath the car, took a hammer and gave it a couple of love taps to get this to be seated within that. Did that. I think this is a 14 or 13. And immediately I can feel a bite. And then I can feel it bite, and boom, just a couple seconds later, it was out and no damage to the vehicle. Okay. So, I mean, if I didn't have any tool and I needed to run up to the store and grab the tools, a lot of people have the Vice, but if you don't, Harbor Freight, all this stuff. Okay, I checked Home Depot, I checked Lowe's, but ultimately just ended up going to Harbor Freight. This kit was around 20 bucks, whatever this was, 10 bucks maybe. 20-30 bucks for the Vice. And these punches, I can't remember how much, 5 bucks, 10 bucks, something like that. I did try nails for like wood, and that was just a no-go. I tried some other like metal screws to make that center punch. Didn't work for my needs. I wanted to make sure that I had something that would not allow the drill bit to dance or to walk. Um, so let me recap. Research until you just can't freaking stand it anymore. Because the consequences are, if I screwed that up, it would have been thousands of dollars, potentially time wasted, getting it towed to a shop or removing the engine from the transmission. I don't want to do that crap again. Or just doing the job correct the first time. So I put a lot of pressure on myself to do it, but this was much better of an option. So research, practice, just keep practicing. You don't have to rush, right? So research, practice, and then you just do it. Do it to the best of your ability. Take your time, and it should be all good. Practice on big bolts, small bolts, get the concept, all that stuff. But anyways, the next video was supposed to be my first video. Was I'm doing ball joints. So until then, guys, see you next time.